So with all the big commotion that's going on about with the Nintendo Switch 2, you know, I get the exciting factor of having a new Nintendo console, new and modern and whatnot. Well, forget the air quotes. But you know what I'm saying. So there's a reason why I won't even, in fact, purchase a Nintendo Switch 2, and it's got something to do with a little bit of Nintendo, but a little bit more personal here. So I'm going to show you the reasons why. So, Mario Tennis Aces, not completed it. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, played a little bit, really like it, not completed it. Super Mario Party, I like these kind of games. Again, not going that far on it. Well, with these kind of games, it's really much a family game, isn't it? Sonic Mania Plus, got quite a bit of distance into it, haven't completed it. Nintendo Switch Sports, good fun game, need to play more of it. Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, not completed it. You begin to notice a pattern here, don't you? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, completed it, really love it. Not a bad game, enjoy the online of it. Still can get a few bit of mileage out of it. Mario Strikers, Battle League Football. And I'm actually happy they called it football because it actually is football. Again, not completed it. Haven't really played it online. I want to get more mileage out of it. Super Mario Odyssey. Haven't completed it, but I've got probably close to the end of the level because I played it recently. Mario Sonic at the Olympic Games. Again. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Really good game. Really enjoyed the online of it. Splatoon 3. I want to play more of this. I really got a good buzz out of it. Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Not completed it. So that's just a small portion of my Nintendo Switch collection. Just a few handheld games here. Handful of games. These are my Switch games. Okay? Now, granted, some of you may have a lot more games than I have, which is absolutely fine. It's not a competition. But the reason why I say I've not completed them, well, I haven't. And it only just feels like yesterday when I actually purchased my Nintendo Switch, and already we've got a Switch 2, and yet I've not really gone through all of the games I've got in my collection. You know, that's probably my fault because I've been enjoying like the PS5, playing on my PC, and already Xbox One. You know, so. But the reason why I won't purchase a new Switch or the new Switch 2 is because I don't feel it's really necessary or much of a point right now, because there's a lot of video games on the Nintendo Switch I have yet to play and enjoy and get my hands on. Especially with Nintendo's prices, you know, remaining extremely high, even if it's 10 years past. Oh, sorry, just get that sort of angry Hulk moment when you talk about Nintendo's prices and how they don't really discount them all that well. But it's amazing how these other gaming companies do. Goodness me. In any case, I do want to play more Nintendo Switch games, okay? I bet you there's going to be someone defending Nintendo about their prices as well. I bet you anything. Put all that aside, I really want to get more out of my Switch before I go on to the Switch 2. How long would I give it till I get the Switch 2? Maybe in between, I'm going to say 2 to 5 years maybe, because I don't see the point of me getting one. Probably the timeline might vary depending on a few factors, like if I get rid of my Switch 1 in favour of getting a Switch 2, that could be fine, or if I get rid of quite a lot of my video games, my massive collection which I'm selling off a portion of it, could use the money to get a new Switch 2 or save towards it. But I just don't see the point of me getting one. There's not really any games at the moment that the Switch 2 is really offering me that's got me like the wow factor, like I really want to get the Switch 2 at the moment. You know, especially not the new Mario Kart. Yeah, I've been playing Mario Kart since the very first one. Yes, I'm an oldie, I'm an old millennial. But at the same time, I love Mario Kart games, but I don't love them to the point where it's going to make me purchase a new console because of it. No, especially $80. No, mate, no. I know that you can get it bundled and yes, this and that, yada, yada, yada. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to get a new Switch console for a racing game. It may be a really popular, well-loved racing game, and I've played a whole bunch of them in the Mario timeline, but it's not enough. So unless Nintendo really give me some proper games I'm really interested, maybe reliving a few old IPs that they've not done for ages, or probably bringing something new and different into the mix, I don't really see the point of me getting a new console just because of the Mario and Zelda games. You know what I mean? I want to have something different and new. I understand you've got to make money, use stuff that works. I get that, but sometimes I'm getting kind of bored a little bit of these games that I'm playing sometimes from Nintendo. They seem to be like rehashing a few things, and they don't seem to be taking any risks like they used to anymore. Well, who can afford to these days, to be honest? But gaming is not like what it used to be. In any case, so I won't purchase the Switch 2 because I don't see the point in it. I want to get more mileage out of my, my Switch. I still want to get more mileage out of this thing. I really, really do. And I've got plenty of use for it as well. So I'm going to purchase this Nintendo Switch Online, so I can actually play some games on it, make some content from it as well, because I could actually make some content from a variety of different games. I've got a whole handful of games here which I could actually make content on. And, I do love Nintendo games, they're great, but the company can be a little greedy. They can be. And I don't think many gamers these days are shy enough to say that they're not, because they are. Sometimes they really, really can be. $70, $80 for a game, man, that's ridiculous. Yes, don't talk to me about how games used to be back in the day. Yes, we all know the prices, but things were different back in the day, like inflation and cost of living and stuff. So, that's when gaming was still, finding its footing. It kind of solidified itself in the 90s, isn't it? In any case, so yeah, I won't be purchasing a Switch for those reasons, really. I want to get more out of my Switch 1. I don't see the point in purchasing a new Switch, and I'm just going to neglect my Nintendo Switch I've already got. It's a good console, I want to get more out of it, and I don't see anything that Nintendo's offering for me for the Switch 2 that I really want, or that's really wowed me to actually move over to the Switch 2. So, if it works for you, maybe you want to get the Switch 2. Maybe many of you already have. I know many of you YouTubers want to keep your channels relevant by making content on the latest and greatest games, or whatever is trendy at the time and whatnot. I get that if you want to make some content, or you've got the money to, fine, go for it. You can purchase whatever you want, your money after all. But I just still want to build up my collection and enjoy some games which have already been released and I just haven't had the chance to look at yet. And there's some more interesting games I want to see if I can download on the Nintendo Switch Online store, which seem pretty awesome. There's little indie games that no one really knows about. I like indie games, they're great. But in any case, yeah, so that's my reasons why I won't purchase a Nintendo Switch 2. It's not out of spite of Nintendo, despite their greedy practices sometimes. I'm still salty about the Nintendo program they did a few years ago on YouTube. Still remember that, Nintendo, I really do. Absolute mugs for doing that. But, yeah, so no, it's nothing harsh against Nintendo here. I just don't want to purchase a Switch 2 because I don't see the point in it right now. Maybe a couple of years down the line, I may feel different. I might think, okay, I've had enough of the Switch. I've got everything I need out of it. Let's move on to the next one. Sometimes moving to the next console as soon as one just gets released, I usually wait until prices drop. I like going for bargains and stuff. I don't like purchasing things that are straight out of the truck, so to speak, for a new branded price. Sometimes I just like to wait, so I can sit back and see what the games are like. Cause if I want to spend my money and give my money to Nintendo, I want to actually have a good reason to do so. What kind of games are they going to wow me with? What kind of games am I going to get excited about? What kind of games are going to be fun? Something I'm interested in. Introduce me to new IPs or already ones with a different twist and just making it, original again. But anyway, take care of yourselves, fellow gaming minions, and I'll see you on my next video.